Okay, today is another day. I'm bringing you this video. I want to talk about the vaccination. It's a topic in immunology, especially in immunology. It's a topic called, there's a topic called vaccination. So I just want to share about vaccination. It's a big topic, but I'll put it in parts and parts so that you can easily understand. Okay, but before we understand the vaccination, we have to understand the basic concept of vaccination. First of all, we have to understand what is vaccine. Vaccine. We have to understand first vaccine, to understand the process of vaccination. But for easy understanding of vaccine or vaccination, you have to understand that we have to understand the immune response. Because after the immune response, it is when the concept of vaccine and vaccination comes in. Okay, so let me start like this. What is immune response? Okay. Sorry, my camera is not good. It's not that good. I'll give you an example. Let's take, for example, this is our body. This is our what? Our body. And there's an antigen or origin. Let me denote them by antigen by AA, origin by A, like this. That's how we do the biological terms. Okay, if this one enters into our body, the antigen enters into our body. Here, antigen, origins. Our body will make a response to these things. These are phagocytic cells. They might be dendritic cells or macrophages, which should act on this what? Antigen or origin. So the presence of antigen or origin has triggered the body to produce cells of defense, which are dendritic cells, macrophages, and many cells. Okay, so I don't want to talk more about this the immune response because it's another topic. I will have a special lecture on this one. But in the end of immune response, there will be production of B cells and T killer cells. All these cells will be produced to the response to the antigen. You understand? So, after every process is done, after the body has fight against this antigen or origin, the body produces the copy of B cells. They are called memory B cells. These are the copy of the what? B cells. These copies, they have all the information of the antigen and the origin, but I'll use much antigen. They have all the information, they keep the information of the antigen. The B cells will keep this one, all information about this one. And they're also T memory cells, which have the same function like B memory cells. So, when the antigen in future, if it invades the body again, it comes into the body again. These memory cells, memory B cells, will recognize this cell that this antigen that it was here before. So the response will be so fast. For the first response, when it was first time for antigen to enter, it will take time for the response to be generated. But in this time, if the B cells already know about this cell, the immune response will be so fast and effective. So here is where the concept of vaccination or vaccine comes. What is vaccination? Here, the antigen antigen is introduced into our body, so to trigger the immune response, so that the memory B cells and T memory cells. The antigen is introduced in our body to trigger the immune response, so that the body will produce the memory cells and the memory T cells, so that when the actual antigen enters, invade the body, the immune response will be faster and effective. Okay, so this is the concept of vaccination. You take the antigen, you introduce that antigen into the body, for the reason that when you introduce that antigen to the body should make a immune response. At the end of that immune reaction, the memory B cells will be produced, so that when the actual disease or the actual pathogen or the actual bacteria or the actual virus invade the body, at that time the response will be so fast and will be effective. So this is the concept about vaccination. So the question will be, if the antigen is introduced, will it not cause any harm to our body? Will not cause disease in our body? So that's where it will bring us to the concept of various types of vaccine. Okay? There are various types of vaccination and various types of vaccine, due to the form in which the antigen is introduced in our body. Understand? Make sure that when the antigen is introduced into the body, it should be in non-toxic form, to prevent it from causing any harmful effect. Okay, so the antigen may be in live attenuated. It may be killed. It may be conjugated. Subunit. Then it may be in these different forms. When you say live attenuated, it means the bacteria is whole in shape, the whole bacteria or virus, but weak in its weak form. Attenuated means weak form. It should be in weak form, that it is not able to cause any effect. So the bacteria or the antigen is introduced into the body in its weak form, that it cannot cause the effect, but it will make the body to make an immune response, through which B cells, memory B cells, will be produced. And we have this second one, is killed. The bacteria, it has the whole shape, but it's in killed form. You kill the bacteria, but introduce it into the body, and the body will still produce an immune response against that dead bacteria. And the copies of that bacteria will be kept on the B cells. As a result, when the actual bacteria in its life form comes in, the immune response will still be fast. Okay. So the question is, how is bacteria or virus killed? There are several methods through which the bacteria are killed. Number one is by heating. You heat the bacteria and it is killed. Another thing, through radiations. Okay. And you have conjugated. Conjugated, it means you take the antigen, and you fix it on a sugar or other large molecules as a carrier. You take the antigen part of the bacteria, the antigen part, because the bacteria can be like this, and these are antigen. So this one, the bacteria have DNA or the constitute, but the antigen part is this one. So you just remove this antigen part and you fix it on a sugar or any other large molecule which will act as a carrier and introduce it into the body. That it may not cause any effect, but the body still will produce immune response against this one, and the memory B cells will be formed. Okay. Another one is subunit. You take a subunit. Okay. Bacteria has two units. This one, let me just draw like a simple diagram. This one is the antigen part, and this one is the fixing part, where it fixes. For example, it may fix on the endothelium, it may fix on the inner layers of the intestine or wherever it's causing effect. And this is the antigen part. This one is the destroying part. So you take a subunit, you cut it from here, and you take the antigen part now. That when it enters into the body, it will be circulating, but it cannot get fixed. It cannot get, because the genetic materials are here, they're destroying material, they're formed here, and then this is the acting part. So this acting part is alone there. As a result, the body will produce this one, which is failing to attach. Will produce an immune response to this part, which is the antigen part. As a result, the memory B cells will still be made. Okay, and last part, we have the DNA. This DNA and recombinant DNA technique. These ones are developing vaccines which are being made now. Especially they have been introduced for the vaccine which is being developed of HIV. This one, you take the DNA part of what? Of the bacteria, and then you subculture it and put it into another form of bacteria in which it is it cannot cause effect. And that DNA, when that bacteria enters into the body, the immune response will trigger on the DNA or the recombinant DNA. So the immune response will be on the DNA and this one. And this one is not official, this one, but the most common ones are the one who have said. But this one is the new technique which is coming. Especially the scientists are working on this to make a vaccine on the HIV. So in this first part, I have the introduction of vaccination, the concept of immune response, what happens, and how come that we produce the vaccine. We produce the vaccine. So be there, as I want to explain each and every type of vaccine in details in the upcoming lecture. Thank you. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel and try to share. This is for biological students or medical students, that you can get some knowledge. Please send your feedback, and I'm blessed with your feedback, which is always positive, and where I'm wrong, correct me also. Thank you.